Hi everyone, today we're going to be editing a hot pink beauty glamour shot in Lightroom. We'll have the follow-up video with Photoshop. My name is Stephanie Thornton. This is Studio Photography Workshops. Let's get to it. Let's jump straight into Lightroom and have a look at some adjustments I'm going to do to this image of the amazing Lucy. We shot this image in January this year at a little fun shoot that we were doing. And I really love the lighting. I'm going to have a whole lighting tutorial about this coming up. But let's have a look at Lightroom and exactly what I'm going to do with my Lightroom adjustments for this image. So the first thing that I always do is my crop. So I'm going to go over to crop, and I am an absolute sucker for a square, but this time I'm going to actually go landscape, and I'm going to, I was toying with like either keeping her in the center and having it more statement, or bringing her over to this sort of third, putting the weight into this sort of third, because I felt like that worked really, really nicely. Yeah, we're going to end up doing that, aren't we? Because I knew that was what I was going to like. So we're going to do that, and that's going to be our composition. Now, we had a pink background. Obviously, we've got pink clothing. So I wanted to create a very warm but very pinky kind of vibe, and I was going to play with sort of pinks and yellows as kind of complementary colors. So the first thing I'm going to do is warm up the image a little bit using my color temperature here, just to give it a little bit more fire to it. Now I've got beautiful lighting coming down her cheek, showing all her features. Looks absolutely amazing. Her collarbones look amazing. So playing with our shadows, we don't want to raise too much and lose all of that, but we can gain a little bit of detail in those shadows, just a little hint there. And if you need to play with highlights with stuff like this, you always can. You can play with highlights, pretty much exposed dead on to where I want it to be. So not really anything needs adjusting on the highlights. So moving down, let's get to the fun stuff. Let's have a look at our color grading. Now we've obviously got our HSL mixer here, and we've got our color grading underneath. Now, if I go to the HSL, I can play with the background. So it's going to be way more red, isn't it? Oh, that changes absolutely everything. So that's going to definitely affect skin tone a little bit, lip color as well. But we can choose where we want that. I'm going to move it towards the pink. I want this kind of hot pink, vibrant kind of pink is what I was sort of hoping for this. And then I can play with skin tone as much as we need to as well. So that's given me a nice orangey kind of skin tone, a nice tan skin tone with this nice hot pink background. But I think we can do a little bit better than that. Let's move down into our color grading. And first thing I want to do is in my shadows, I'm going to add more pink. Now our shadows in this image is the cheekbones here, but it is also the shadows over here. So let's whack that round into the pink. I tend to just whack a color on there and then we figure it out after. So I'm going to find the pink. That's the color pink I want. And then using my little sliders down here, if you can't see them, there's a tiny little arrow to get them. I can play with my saturation and decide how much of that I want. And I can play with the luminance to decide if I want that image to sort of have a more matte kind of effect and exactly how I want to control it. So I'm going to bring my luminance up and I'm going to bring that saturation just about here. Now we're going to come back to this. I think I won't pull it around there. We're going to come back to our shadows because we can always readjust as we go along. But I'm going to go straight into my highlights now. Now, my gut instinct when my shadows was here would be to go to cyan and actually put a nice strong cyan in there because I think that really complementary and looks really, really good. And it's oppositional colors. But we can also go into our yellows and have everything along the same kind of spectrum. And that can look really, really nice too. So let's have a toy with the yellows on the highlights and cyan in the midtones. Okay, so we've got kind of a metallic effect there. I like that. And let's reverse that over. I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go cyan in my highlights. Now that I'm liking. I'm liking those kind of colors. I think that's working well. So let's pull that yellow down a little bit. Pull that cyan out a tiny bit. And I'm going to pump the luminance of my highlights. And I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, I didn't think I wanted to do anything with my midtones. Okay, so let's turn that off and on. Okay, I'm liking that colour. I'm liking that. And I'm going to go back to my shadows. Now that I've got my other colours, I can rebalance the shadows. So I'm going to bring that luminance back down because I want it to be a contrasty, stronger image now that I've seen those other colours. Anyone who watches this channel, you already know that I don't plan anything. I just talk and we just edit and we just see where we go because I think that's more natural. I'm not going to just show you like a whole edit all planned as if I just sit there and go bosh, bosh, bosh and do that. It's real. This is what I'm actually doing. So I'm really happy with that. I might go all the way down and add a little bit of vignette in there, just a tiny bit for a bit more drama. Let's have a look at the before, after. Whoa, that's different. Love doing that. That never gets boring, ever. I've been doing this over 15 years. That never gets boring. I love seeing the difference. So I'm really happy with that. I'm going to jump over into Photoshop, so catch me on the next video for that. My name is Stephanie Thornton, and this is Studio Photography Workshop. So please give us a like, a subscribe. It'd be great to see you guys again. And thanks for joining me. Hi guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and the subscribe. It really, really helps. And I make these videos for you guys. I love reading your comments and seeing what you guys have done as well. So thanks again for watching my video and being part of this community.